Hello, I'm bringing you an update on my current situation, but also a surprising discovery. Now, it's a discovery which I don't think anybody else is talking about. Now, annoyingly, I know I can have a bit of a silver lining view on most things in life. It wasn't always that way, by the way. But when you practice this, it becomes a common trait. And I'd highly recommend that you do this yourself. But I now have a little bit more energy today, which is good. My son is about to be dropped off. I haven't seen him for a few days, so I can't wait for that. So I have enough energy to mess about with him, though I have already informed him there will be no fighting. So fighting is something that he and I do quite regularly because he's an only child. So I figure I've got to be older brother every now and again. Now, he's only 7, so I don't play too hard, but he does. and we enjoy a good bit of fighting, but I have said today there won't be any fighting, I'm afraid. So the point I wanted to mention today, or the discovery, was that because obviously your T cells are on fire with regards to any kind of virus like this, like the flu. You know, your T cells are the first cells that pick up on any changes, pathogens, changes in temperature, food, etc., etc. They're the ones that are going to be lighting up because of your immune system. And I don't know whether, certainly T Nunn, I think it's Trevor, one of the subscribers here, did mention that T cells and B cells are particularly lit up with this virus. Is that the same with any virus? I'm not too sure, but apparently it might be more so with this particular one. It kind of makes sense to me because I have to say, mere touch, as in rolling up my sleeve, still sends this tingly sensation through my body. It's quite nice sometimes. Another one of the benefits. But this is beginning to wane, actually. This is dissipating slightly. So the highly sensitive nature of all of my senses is still there. It's still acute, but it's not quite as acute as it was the last few days. And that's where this discovery has come in. When you think about some of the stuff that I've been teaching either on the trauma program or on my 10-day course or in one-to-ones, quite often I talk about making use of your senses as a means of slowing down the prefrontal cortex, or as a means of calming you down, as a means of entering the present moment. If I talk about going for a breath walk, then I deliberately talk about slowing down your breath, slowing down your walking pace, and then tapping into your senses, asking yourself, what can I hear? What can I see? What can I feel, touch, etc.? And in practicing a body scan meditation over the last couple of days, I found it to be far easier to do it, far more, much more of a heightened sensation, and much easier, therefore, to enter the present moment. I think because also I could only move slowly over the last few days, that has been a mindful activity in itself, and it's made it easier to be mindful. If you think about how we often walk through life these days, because of the way society is made up, because of technology, because of our working lives, it feels like we're always in a rush. It's very easy to remain in that. It's difficult to step out of it and to slow down. One of the things I was talking about actually on my live webinar over the weekend was, do make sure when you go for a walk, try slowing it down 50%. It will make such a huge difference, and you'll know when you're doing it right, because everybody else around you, all the other humans, are going to be staring at you oddly, thinking, what on earth are you doing? Because it will look so out of place. Walking half the pace of everybody else looks really strange, but I highly recommend it. It's a doorway into flow. It's a doorway into the present moment. And so actually, this virus has proved to be quite a mindful benefit. It's made it much easier to be mindful. Music has been, because of my heightened auditory sense, music has been really rather quite wonderful. It's been easier to spend time in a meditative state because my mind hasn't wanted to be distracted, as in I've not thought about work. I know, in fairness, I've thought about making videos, which is why I'm doing this. But most of the time, I just have been quite happy either in this meditative state, or I will also admit I've been watching a few movies, quite a few of them emotional. I've chosen deliberately emotional ones because I've wanted to cry. I've wanted to experience more of that emotion because it's made me feel good. So I'm not saying there's a whole load of benefits to this. I'm not saying everybody catch it, it's amazing. I'm just saying that, of course, there's a silver lining with everything. And I think I should also state that this virus is very different for other people. Some people get it really bad. I've always been able to move around. I've heard other people couldn't move, depending on the variant. They've had to remain on the sofa for 5-10 days. So I've been lucky. I've been able to move around. I still have this shivery sense. I still feel quite clammy. Temperature's sort of up and down, but it's not too bad. The worst night was the night after my webinar that I did on Sunday, and I was beginning to feel it on that webinar. This is one of the live webinars for the trauma program, and immediately afterwards, I had a pretty terrible night. No sleep, agitated, shivery, couldn't get warm, of course, all that kind of stuff. Standard flu-like symptoms, really. Anyway, so there we are. I don't think anybody's talking about this. The benefits, the mindful benefits of COVID. So there we are. Looking forward to my speedy recovery. It's beginning to happen now, that's for sure. Day by day, I'm getting better. I'm getting more energy. So it's not going to be long. I'm going to enjoy my day with my son. Have a good day. Bye for now.